With Billy and Jade, Jade completely sees this as a new opportunity, which meaning that she's looking to move forward, and it's also the motivation of what's going on in your mind. For example, when there's a crisis where Billy gets bitten, you got people that are hopeful and people that aren't hopeful, which is kind of cool. It's important in the scenario. So we have this. Uh, we have um, Jade who's popular and Billy who isn't popular. Now this is super cool. Okay. So there's this bully, and she's attacking Billy because she's vegan. Now, ultimately speaking, it's kind of complex, but um, so it's nuts because I think you haven't know what happened. It's complex. So Billy gets bullied because she's a vegan, but then you don't know what happened in Raccoon City, and also the fact that oh, I didn't have enough storage. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Okay. And have the storage. Good. Okay, perfect. Aha. Okay, give me a sec. Good. Fuck. Don't blink. Is you blink? Welcome to the show. Because we want to having a wonderful day. Guess who is out of storage? This guy. So I'm gonna continue. What I'm gonna do is gonna be small parts of videos because right now we're uploading and we're doing the best we can to do as much as possible. In the meantime, we had a death and the tower, which makes our playthrough not great, but it's okay. It's okay, Ming. It's okay, Ming. It is what it is. It is what it is. We got 29 minutes. We have to maximize our time because again we're doing so much at the same time. Right now we're doing the tournament, and I got 20 minutes left. And if I don't score enough, I'm gonna be wait. What am I waiting for the last seconds? I don't know. So it look into how you see. Like for example, you don't know what happened in Raccoon City. So for example, if this girl, right, she is a survivor of Raccoon City, and she realizes how precious life is. You know, it's kind of nuts. But at the same time, Billy should be able to do whatever the frig she wants, and they fight. These fights. So Jade asks Billy, "Why did you fight?" And Billy is afraid because she used to be a psycho. She used to fight a lot. She was like, I don't want to be this person anymore." And this is super cool. And this is super cool because you got you got a way to see in the past without being in the past. You don't need to tell me, okay, well, she fought there, she fought there, she fought there. Establish that she's fight a lot. Now, ultimately speaking, this is kind of cool because if it's Billy, we said at the beginning, Billy is a survivor. No, Jade is a survivor. Billy would have died or not. We don't know. So this is kind of important. The next day is also super, super, super nice because she goes in with the bully and she's trying to make peace, and the bully go tell her like, "Yo, f off, you suck." So the peace treaty doesn't work. This is super cool because Jade is threatening her. Um, So there you go. What else is there? It's nice. It's nice. We have the survival camp, right? There you go. This actually is phenomenal. So you see the camp, right? And you say, okay, well, this is how to survive. They're a treasure camp, so they're possibly not the strongest, but they know how to trade and they have a good defense. Now you see the zone. This is an important scene because you just see how bad it is. Right now, in the show, they establish that there possibly is something like 300 million people alive, and there's 6 billion zombies. So it's not there. So there is a mascot. Now this is a really cool scene. So this is how we do a recap. We go scene by scene and we talk about how I feel about it, what it made me think about, and tra la tra la tra la tra la, right? So this is a really cool scene because you establish that there's a mascot. In the previous scene, you actually see the mascot shows up. There's a raccoon head. This is Raccoon City, so this makes sense. So there's somebody with a raccoon mask that goes in and hits the girl that was a bully. Now, ultimately speaking, does it matter? No, it doesn't really matter because I'm at episode number 3 out of 8, and I don't know who it is. And at this point, I don't care who it was. So now they think that it's Billy because it was an altercation, and we have Mr. Whisker. Look, this is the actor. I think he was part of the Resident Evil franchise before. I'm not sure. This is super cool because he goes in, right? And the father of the bully, she's like, oh, my daughter was attacked. And Whisker's like, you know who I am? I'm Whisker. You know how many people can do my job? You know how many people can do your job? I'm a bigger value of Umbrella. And he big sticks everyone. He big stick them. So it's like, okay, well, you gotta show respect and you're gonna get your daughter to apologize to my daughter. The teacher's like, okay, well, my daughter's gonna take a couple of days off for mental health. And he's big dicking everybody. Now, ultimately speaking, this is not super important. It is only important to say, like, okay, well, guess what? Whisker is a pretty big deal. See, we have two people. We have the father and we have the worker. The father seems to be an absent father who's trying his best, and the worker seems to be super important. So this is also important. So we got Jade talking to her, right? And the guy to him, which is the leader of the camp. The guy says, what are you doing out there? And he's like, I believe they're surviving. And you're like, okay, well, are you surviving? What's gonna happen? And they said, the more they survive, the weaker they become, right? Or the opposite, the more they evolve, the stronger they become. Now, in Walking Dead, they do establish something which is similar, which is, okay, well, these body, if they don't eat, they die from the inside. They eat them, this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to go for the batteries. Yeah, they eat themselves. Give me a second. My back. There you go. 5%. Okay, that's not a big deal. I got the battery. I got hope. And I'm a fighter. So it's a freaking fight. So yeah, so we see this in The Walking Dead. After a while, the body are starting to decompose, and the zombie become weaker and weaker and weaker. Now with Jade, what she's saying is, if they're evolving, are they devolving? Or are they evolving themselves, right? So are they becoming weaker with age, or are they becoming stronger? Now, what is she truly hopeful for is that they develop a kind of intellect, and that they become sentient beings which are able to think for themselves. And then what they think when she thinks about is cohabitation. Now, a show that does it very well is Tokyo Ghoul. So Tokyo Ghoul is a story of ghouls which act like zombies and human, right? Now, ultimately speaking, there's a group of pacifist ghoul that are they're still eating humans. So what they do is they're giving the body of the dead. So for example, people who unalive themselves, people who are disfigured, people who want to be incinerated, they'll give them some of the meat, right? So then there's this beast there. So cohabitation is possible. Now I'm gonna stop the video here. I'm gonna redo it because I don't want to hold it because I'm lazy. Sounds good? Sounds right. Okay, so now I have to check if I still uploaded this. Uh-huh. I have to go here, I feel. Okay, chilling. I look around me. Oh. And we're back as promised. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Commercial. Hope you guys are doing well. Having a wonderful day on the 25th September 25. Here's part 3 of our Resident Evil review. Sorry, we were dealing with problem with the are we good? Maybe we're not gonna have enough time for the tournament. Shit. We're back with some of Resident Evil. I didn't have enough storage, but while we were surviving out there, I managed to upload a big video which was 8 gig, and they were about to delete that. So for the rest of the night, I don't have problem with anything, which is cool. Cool. No doubt. Yes. Next. Always making sure that my playthrough are doing good, and that you are doing good. Good. That's the last one. Good. My trusty computer mouse. Why do they call it the mouse? I don't know. So then we realized that, and this is kind of cool because the guy, he's a trader outpost, and he's telling like, hey, we only take things that we can trade, right? And then he saw Jade, and he says if she is of any worth, and she turns out to be one of the most popular person, or the most researched person by Umbrella. So she's a big payday. So what he's gonna do is gonna betray her. But at the same time, he never hide himself. He never hide himself for betraying her. He's like, yeah, we trade what we can. We survive thanks to what we trade. And you're a big ticket, so this is how we survive. The need of a few versus the need of a many. So there you go. So this is kind of an important scene, right? So you're seeing that they're doing tests, and you know that they're doing tests. And then Billy sees rabbits, and she's like, okay, well, they're animal testing. So if there's something that happened to this animal, they're testing on it. They can die from it. Now, this is super cool because ultimately speaking, animal testing is normal. I don't think it's pro. If I could avoid it, I would avoid it. But it happens, right? It is normal in the sense of it's been going on for decades. Do I think it's fair? No, I don't think it's fair to test cosmetic products on animals. I think it's stupid. Right? However, with Billy Case, this is kind of nice because in Billy Case, we established her as a vegan, right? As a vegan, and a vegan who is mindful of animal well-being. So because she's mindful of animal well-being, she's like, yes, guess what? I'm mindful of how they're treated, and this is not okay. So this is cool because you see a character, you establish her belief system, and then you challenge that belief system, which is super cool. The classic men of science and men of faith. So you have the two sisters once again talking, and this is cool because now Billy is obsessed with the fact that she saw kids. She saw animal being tested on. Now, ultimately speaking, this is kind of a weird thing because Billy has been acting so passively the whole episode, and now she has suddenly she's willing to fight. So it's kind of odd, but Jade is understanding. So ultimately, what this does is this led them to go to this is super cool. They go to the Umbrella Lab, and this is stupid because they're gonna dress up, they're gonna have costume, blah. It's meant to be a big scene, but it's not a big scene because there's nobody. They don't have to hide. It's just something dumb. So then you start seeing footage of human tests. You start seeing footage of animal tests, and it's kind of nuts, you know. So you legit got, and this is kind of cool because you got a two version, right? You got Jade, and this I gotta say is possibly the best scene of this first episode. So you got Jade who see this person who's talking about, yo, this virus is going crazy. There's problem, and there's literally this person, right? And then you got Jade who see these animals, and she's like, okay, well, this is bad. This is bad. Now, what is really cool here, this is called the Tijuana, the video file is called the Tijuana incident. Tijuana has been mentioned before as a mistake that Umbrella did. So what is that mistake? It's not mentioned. However, this video exists and it's establishing what is the incident, which is super cool. You see a bunch of people getting killed, which is kind of important because they're possibly all infected, and this is to establish that the virus spread quickly or doesn't spread quickly. That's pretty much it. So Billy, what she does is what she shouldn't do, and this is super nice because the Joy trial. Why is that important? We know the medication is called Joy, right? And then Whisker is asking a fantastic question. So he's like, okay, well, first of all, the T virus is not good, and then his questioning comes in the form of, this person, right? And he knows this person. This person is doing well. She's healthy. She's happy. She doesn't need to take the medication, but she's still taking the medication. So like, okay, well, my problem is not with the product. My problem is abusing said product. Tim is a good person. Tim is a new friend of mine, and Tim is the guy that told me to do the Resident Evil marathon to add. He just commented on the video. He told me to do the movie in itself. Without Tim, what are we doing right now? We're not doing it. So appreciate you, Tim. It's kind of crazy being reliant on something like that, which is dumb because you shouldn't be reliant on people. But sometimes being reliant on people is nice. So she frees the dog. Now I gotta say the makeup for the dog is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. You see the dog and you really see him being fucked up. Now I gotta say that this is really, really cool because in most Resident Evil game, the dog is gonna be an enemy. We saw it in the first one, which is Resident Evil 0, in the second and the third one. So the dog being there is a classic of Resident Evil. Billy get bitten, and Jade save her. Now, what that man? And that is so super cool. Now Billy is bitten, which is the first human trial. Now, ultimately speaking, is how does this transfer? So, for example, if it's through the medication and the transformation or the infection, what should we call it? Infection is through medication, it happens in one way. Now, this is super cool. This is super, super cool because we're seeing the facts. So, for example, right, in Tijuana, you see all of these people that are sick, right? And now we have a person that just got bitten, and you can actually do tests, possibly find an antidote. See, it's a thing to release the product out there. Releasing the product with a countermeasure, with a counter plan for it, is even better. You should see how comfy I am. Look at this. Comfy as hell, baby. As hell. Can't believe we died already. Shit. But it's no bueno. Okay. So now, this is the end of the episode. So we're going to do episode number 2. Now, before we continue, we have a very important thing to do. And this is because... Oh, I can't. Look. I can't. How much percentage do I have? Okay, I can. What am I saying? I can't. I got this friend with whom we had a little argument, and I don't feel like having an argument, so I'm gonna post on TikTok because then they'll see them live. We'll do it in the morning when I have more energy and more time. And now we have 30 minutes for 2 playthroughs to end. No. By the way, the gaming channel just reached 394, and the normal channel is 5732. That's pretty good. Now I have to go in the thing, and I have to go with Resistance Reborn. So this is episode 69, and it says 3 hours and 24 minutes and 42 seconds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here. Also, this is pretty good because believe me not, when you upload video like this, it takes battery. A phone that's uploading takes more batteries. So this, because it's more charged than this, and this is going to be able to work for longer without having to be charged. This is kind of good. So we're going to do episode 70. 3 weeks and we have 70 episodes out. Of course, with this one you have to restart the application, which is not a big deal. So episode number 2, called The Devil. Now this episode starts with what? So this episode starts with current Jade being betrayed by a group of traders that sold her to Umbrella. Now, fun fact is, the guy that's told her you're looked by Umbrella is saying your sister is looking for you. Now, ultimately speaking, I'm gonna be honest. The first time that I watched the show, I didn't watch the subtitle, so I didn't know that the main character and the future was called Jade. I didn't know that was called Jade. I was like, okay, well, what's the point? And ultimately speaking, it's a powerful thing to do what you're doing right now, which is to show the past with the future. You don't need to have same characters. You can just show like a family, a normal family, and the affection how it started, and a backflash. And then what I would do if I was doing like a zombie thing, what I would do is I would literally create this guy, right, and this guy, and I would put it on a boat, right, and something happened on the boat, and he had to take a. I don't know what I would do, but I would find him. In the first episode, I would make him kill a zombie, and in the second episode, I would give him the zombie family, and you learn at the end that the guy who killed, the zombie you killed was the guy that you just saw. So you took the first episode, which is a dude called Ink, right? And Ink kills a zombie called Boom Candy. And you realize that there's a family, right? And the father is always being called Papa. And then you realize that he gets infected. And then the last scene is you see the house, and you see the letterbox, the Boom family. So you realize that this is the same guy. Yeah, that's what I would do if that was me. Where did this idea come from? From a game called Little Nightmare. So Little Nightmare is a game where you play this kid that's trying to escape because he's going to be eaten alive, right? And I love Little Nightmare. And the DLC, you play as this character, right? And if you play the game before the DLC, you realize that your character is kind of the bad guy. So your character, being kind of the bad guy, eats somebody. He eats a gnome, which is someone that's helping. Gnomes are people that help you during the game. So then you realize at DLC that you play as this character, right? As this kid. And then you don't know what's going on with the kid. You don't know who it is. You don't know why he's so important. It doesn't matter, right? Until you realize that, no, this kid is actually important, and this kid was actually you. I'm gonna die before the tournament ends. Schnitzel. 15%, I have to be careful about that. Okay. So next, the devil. To escape Umbrella, Jade has to ask a help from them. Okay, cool. So Jade is being betrayed. They tell him that they're looking for a sister. Now this is a cool thing, right? So Jade is at the edge of the town, and at the other edge of the town, on the other side of the edge, there's zombies. So she has a choice between Umbrella and the zombies. And this is kind of cool because the guy that betrayed her basically said something like, "You dance with the devil you don't know." This is super cool. And now you establish her as a fighter. So basically you have a dude that saved her. I don't remember why he saved her. I don't remember why he saved her. So Wesker found out that his daughter is bitten. Now, ultimately speaking, I don't remember why he saved her. You see, people are insane. But it's Saturday night, so it's normal. People are possibly drunk. So Wesker, which they're saying multiple times in the show, "You're a lousy father, you're a piece of shit father, go work, that's all you need to know. That's all you know how to do." And then, he like I said, he's working. And the cool scene here is that when he sees Billy, instead of turning her in, he's trying to heal her, and this is cool because you got Jade that's worried, and the two sisters, you realize are the result or the product of the situation. For example, right here you got Whisker that wants to help carry Billy, but Jade stop him, and she does carry Billy. So ultimately speaking, they see that the two kids are kind of they have this shitty situation and set up for each other. So this is often seen with the older siblings when the parents are shit. It's a symptom. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a symptom. So then Jade, no matter how hard she tries, she ends up the guy who saved her get bitten, which is kind of insane. And here, what I do like is Jade try to save him. So what's an important scene? Is because the guy he saved her, and then she knew that she could save him, but she still tried. And this is speaking of other characters. She gets in the car and she run away. You got Billy who is bitten, and this is cool because you got every single character, right? Every single characters that are part of Umbrella asking Whisker what happened. And Whisker here, what he does is kind of heroic. What he does is he covered himself with blood, and he said, "Hey, somebody tried to came in, and I don't know who it is, but they attacked me." So then, instead of blaming his daughter, he comes in, and this is there you go. 55. Oh shit! Guess what? Why are you stopping right now? Why are you stopping right now? You stop the two of them. Stop. I didn't have the fucking time. Dude, are you kidding me? I didn't have the time. Gosh darn it. Fuck. God damn it. That's bad. I didn't have the time to finish the turns. They stopped at 55. This is super cool. This is a really nice scene. So she is in charge of Umbrella. She is one of the big hats of Umbrella. And what she does, she big dick Whisker. What she says is, you know that you're only here because I allow you to be here. So this is cool because they just said that. So you think that Whisker is this badass, but he isn't. He is not on the top of the chain. So I think that she knows it's the girl. I think that she knows it's the girl. You see, we watched that yesterday and I already don't remember. Well, it was more than 24 hours ago. So, the next morning, Billy is showing bad signs. Now, this is really cool because Whisker in itself, possibly, it kind of makes sense. He possibly checked for symptoms for the other group, which was in Tijuana. He's like, okay, well, I know how the virus would do. I know if she's infected. Now, ultimately speaking, there's no proof, there's no saying that when somebody gets infected, right? We don't know that. We just know that there was somebody that got infected, got erratic, attacking people. It's not like if this person had preconceived notion of violence. It's not like we know the person was. They just start attacking people, and they associate that with the virus. That's basically what you see. You got it super cool because she takes you got Jade who takes the car, and this I remember though. This I remember. So this is super cool because we get the slums and how it acts. So why is that important? Because what you saw in the first episode is a camp, right? So it's people that are surviving out there. Now what you see here is a city. Is a city that's already established, and we see how bad it is. Now this is kind of cool because you got two people coming in. You got Jade who is running away, and you got the guy from Umbrella. Why is that cool? Well, because the guy from Umbrella is a suit, as they say in common language, and Jade is a normal person. So why is that important? Well, because Jade is our main character, but the suit possibly has more power. But the influences in the city. So Jade, she goes to see this guy. Ouch. Okay. This doesn't connect. Doesn't connect. Give me a second. I need to check out if there's Battle of Knights. Because if there's not, I'm gonna sleep a little bit. Okay, there's no battles. Anna was live. Shit. I wanted to support Anna. She's a good person. Fuck. Sorry, Anna. 56%. Okay. My back. Yeah, we'll skip a little bit. It's okay. I'm gonna show you something kind of cool here. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna do something kind of special. So this, I strongly recommend against doing this. But hey, when in Rome, do as a Roman. So why is that dangerous? Because I risked the chance